Arsenal have shocked the world against the PSV side unbeaten at home in the Champions League this season, smashing 7 past them in a 7-star performance, all but confirming a place in the quarterfinals. Today we'll break down everything we learned from this game, discuss Arsenal's surprise finisher, as well as getting an important update on Gabriel Martinelli. We'll also get the breaking news on Arsenal's brand new sport director. Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Bass14. Welcome back to your boys channel, and there's a smile on my face. There should be a smile on your face because Arsenal have just smashed in 7 goals in a Champions League away game without a single striker fit. So if there ever was a time, smash a like on this video if you enjoy and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Help your boy on his road to 300,000 subscribers. But starting off with what we learned from PSV 1, Arsenal 7, in what was meant to be a difficult game against a PSV side that was unbeaten in the Champions League at home this season. They had beaten Liverpool, beaten Juventus. Arsenal became the first team in Champions League history to score 7 away goals in a knockout stage match, with Bukayo Saka clearly enjoying from home, posting an image of Michael Jackson eating popcorn. This was an almost flawless performance, where Arsenal started with an immense amount of intent. 3-0 up in 31 minutes. The opener itself from a certain Urian Timber, having dropped a 7.6 rating with 1 goal score, 2 interceptions, 2 tackles, 4 ground duels won and 3 aerial duels won. We have to praise this guy for his level of dependability, consistently turning up for Arsenal off the back of an ACL injury. In the absence of one of Arsenal's stars last year in Ben White, we've mentioned him next to never because of how flawless Urian Timber has been. The goal itself, of course, crucial. Back in the Netherlands, a former Ajax player scoring against PSV, where just minutes before PSV missed the chance of the game. Football is all about momentum, and Arsenal took full advantage as Urian Timber hit the Gabriel Jesus celebration. Before you knew it, it was 2-0, and the goal score itself was of course special. Ethan Nwaneri, the Arsenal star boy, becoming the second youngest Arsenal player to ever play in a Champions League knockout stage game at 17 years and 348 days old, only behind Cesc Fabregas. He had also become the 3rd youngest English player in Champions League history to start a knockout stage game after Jude Bellingham and Phil Foden. In what was always going to be a big night for the teenager, let's just say he turned up, dropping a 7.8 rating with 1 goal scored and an XG of 0.58, with a total of 4 shots on goal and 1 successful dribble. He only made 6 accurate passes, but whenever in the final third, he was decisive. Yet another example of his insane amount of goal threat. Nwaneri now has 2 goals in 2 Champions League starts this season, days before even turning 18. He even has more non-penalty Champions League knockout stage goals than Chelsea legend Eden Hazard, having now got 9 goals and assists before turning 18, the joint highest in Arsenal history with Theo Walcott. With just over 2 weeks remaining before he turns 18, Nwaneri has a chance to make even more history, with another fantastic first-time finish, lethal inside the box, with another example of his fantastic ball striking. The goal itself meant so much to him as he pointed straight to the Arsenal badge. An Arsenal boy through and through, from the area around the Emirates Stadium, once offered a record amount of money by Chelsea and Man City to prize him away from Arsenal, but chose to be loyal because he saw a pathway to not just become a player at his boyhood club, but now become a star. The thing that makes this even better was his goal was assisted by Miles Skelly, as Miles and Ethan became the first 2 English teenagers ever to combine for a goal in Champions League knockout stage history. Not just to score, but also be assisted by your brother, your best friend from childhood, who's also broken through in the same season. This, my friends, is fairy tale stuff, with Miles being one of the most dominant players in the Premier League this season, with the highest ground to success rates of any fullback this season, while Ethan himself also has the best dribble success rates of any forward in the league this season. These guys aren't just playing for Arsenal, they are thriving for Arsenal. Talents that in the current market could cost you over £100 million. And Hell End is spawning them just like that. I also want to praise Mikel Arteta though. After Miles got an early yellow card, then was very lucky not to get sent off, the fact that Mikel Arteta didn't wait till half-time, 40 minutes on the clock, on came Ricardo Calafiori, not only showing Mikel Arteta's PTSD, but also management to avoid an inevitable red card. But for PSV, what an embarrassing night, with former Spurs player Ivan Perisic starting in a stinker, having said before the game that Arsenal struggled to win trophies recently, and that PSV have a good chance against them. Arsenal proceeded to smash in 7, becoming the fastest team in Champions League history to score 5 goals in an away game. Need I remind you, all of this without a single centre-forward fit. This game was another example of what happens when teams don't park the bus against Arsenal. In previous games against the mid-box, we definitely do struggle, but when Arsenal offered space, no matter who they have fit, as we saw this time last year, we have the ability to smash past teams. Having already smashed 5 past Sporting in the Champions League group phases, now 7 goals in a knockout stage game. The Arsenal fans are once again allowed to chant. Stadiums are empty everywhere we go, as Declan Rice put up a masterclass with a 7.9 rating. 1 fantastic assist for the opener, alongside 2 key passes and 2 big chances created. Seen after a goal alongside Gabriel Magalhaes, giving him a kiss on the cheek. Two players of course involved in a heated conversation after our last game against Forest, but players that also realise how much it means for Arsenal right now. With 11 tackles in the Champions League this season, without getting dribbled past a single time, Rice ranks the highest in the competition, having now also got 10 goals and assists this season. Having never done it in 6 years for West Ham, he has now done it in back-to-back years for Arsenal. I won't lie, at times he can be stiff in the final third because he's not a natural attacker. Inside the box, he isn't as fluid as a natural number 8, but when it comes to the ball striking, his final pass or even a shot, Rice definitely has the quality. With a fantastic assist for the Arsenal opener, to pick out Yorin Timber at the far post, giving Arsenal the perfect momentum starter. It was also a night for the Arsenal captain Martin Odegaard, on fire as he dropped a 9.2 rating. 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 key passes, alongside 1 fantastic big chance created. The pass itself for the Calafiori goal was a joke. A sign of confidence in a game that he was great. Odegaard now has 70 goals and assists for Arsenal, with 40 goals and 30 assists. I still see the aspects where he can definitely improve. When it comes to dribbling passes, man, he doesn't have the raw power of maybe an Ethan Nwaneri, but every player has the limitations. What Odegaard also has is some elite strengths. The highest player in the Premier League for through balls completed, for yet another season running. If Odegaard is to remain a pivotal part of our attack, Mikel Arteta needs to build an environment that suits us playing to his strengths. In tight spaces he can provide a moment, but he's better for me coming into play, a little bit deeper where he can help connect play. If Arsenal have any chance in the Champions League this season, a competition all about individual brilliance, Odegaard will have to replicate. When a game where Arsenal smashed in 7 goals on a Champions League knockout stage away game, without Saka, Martinelli, Jesus and Havertz, imagine what Mikel Arteta could do with his striker, whether it's Šeško, Isak, whoever you think of. For now, of course, it was Mikel Merino, who himself dropped an 8.2 rating with 1 goal and 1 assist. And yet another example of instinctive finishing in the final third, where Arsenal have in their 2 summer signings, Merino and Calafiori, is 2 players that have surprisingly good finishing inside the box, with Calafiori himself coming off the bench and getting a goal and assist, alongside an 8.3 rating. He also showed another example of how lethal he can be in the final third. A left back scoring from the right wing, on his weaker foot by the way. At times I have to ask myself the question, are we wasting this level of instinctive finishing for of course is a defender? I also want to give a shout out to Leandro Trossard, having dropped a 7.8 rating with 1 goal scored, alongside 1 successful dribble and 2 key passes. For an Arsenal team designed for their wide forwards, seeing Martinelli and Saka thrive over the past few seasons, and the absence Trossard has been stepping up, via pure persistence alone, reliably staying fit and available. It's not like he's been tearing up tree, but in what's been a very difficult moment for Arsenal, Trossard has remained consistent. But the game itself of course was a bit of a throw. A year to the day after smashing in 6 past Sheffield United, as Arsenal embarked on their crazy run last season. Smashing in 5 before the 49th minute definitely brought back some old feelings. The relaxation of last season, watching Arsenal at their free-flowing best, playing with a pure level of confidence. With the only 2 games Arsenal hit a similar form, being all the way back in November, 3 goals against Nottingham Forest and 5 against Sporting Lisbon. Games of course saw the return of Martin Odegaard alongside the informed Bukayo Saka. In this game, even without attacking quality, Mikel Arteta's Arsenal were able to make history, all but securing a place in the Champions League quarter-finals, progressing past the last 16 in back-to-back years. One thing's for certain is that Arsenal will be on the way to Madrid, whether it's Real or Atletico. In the first leg, Real Madrid came out on top at the Bernabeu, winning 2-1 against Diego Simeone's men. On one side, of course, you do have the history, Arsenal becoming the first ever English team in Champions League history to win at the Bernabeu. But then you have Diego Simeone's Atletico Madrid, one of the most aggressive defensive teams in world football, the kryptonite of Mikel Arteta's game. Madrid might have Mbappe, Vinicius and Jude, but stylistically Simeone's team is exactly what Arsenal hates. According to Opta though, Arsenal are the second highest favourites to win this year's Champions League, only 4% behind Liverpool, who of course themselves have a very hard fixture, looming against the in-form Paris Saint-Germain. Tonight's performance was amazing, but against a PSV side that was clearly below quality. Do you believe Arsenal will be able to progress past the Champions League quarter-finals? And who do you want to face, Real Madrid or Atletico Madrid? Moving on to the latest Arsenal news. After the height of such a gargantuan victory, Arsenal might have some more positive news around the corner, with Arsenal duo Gabriel Magalhaes and Gabriel Martinelli having both been called up to Brazil's preliminary squad for the World Cup qualifiers later this month. You only have to ask yourself one question. If Martinelli is going to Brazil, surely that means a return is around the corner, with even more reports claiming that Martinelli's back and running on grass, looking set to return after the international break. The star return of course will be Bukayo Saka, then Gabriel Martinelli still one of Arsenal's highest goal scorers this season, a player able to play on both wings, with also potential as a centre forward, with Arsenal's current striker being Mikel Merino. I wonder if Martinelli's return could see him start down the middle. But for Arsenal themselves, they also have a big few days ahead, as owner Josh Kroenke was seen recently at Arsenal training, with the main decision of course being a brand new sporting director. Edu Gaspar no longer there, as Ornstein had already confirmed. Arsenal had a shortlist of many candidates, as the reliable Matteo Merto confirmed. As far as he understands, Roberto Alabi will not go to Arsenal and is likely to stop for a while. not immediately starting a new project. Soon, however, we will have some news about the man who made Atletico Madrid great through excellent work in the market, Andrea Berta. He has many suitors, so we have to stay tuned. That's why we got a Fabrizio Romano bomb, confirming Andrea Berta as the top candidate to become Arsenal's new director of football. Discussions have already taken place, with Berta leaving Atletico after building the team with key signings in recent years. Talks are at an advanced stage, despite the deal not being done yet. After over a decade at Atletico Madrid, in which he won La Liga and the Europa League, got into multiple Champions League finals, the Italian had become available on the market, and as Ben Jacobs confirmed, he was heading to London, where he plans to study English, with his preference being to work inside the Premier League. So after Fabrizio confirmed the advanced negotiations, even Matteo Moretto confirmed Berta is in pole position to be appointed as Arsenal's new sporting director. There is direct contact between the parties and conversations are very advanced. And let's just say this guy was a man in demand, with Luis Rodriguez, a person that's worked in transfers for over 35 years in Spain, saying Andrea Berta is one of the 3 best sporting directors in the world. The level of Atletico Madrid today is his legacy. According to Duncan Castles, Berta was wanted by AC Milan, but talks have ended because of an offer for Arsenal, an integral part behind Diego Simeone. In terms of his signings, let's just say, this guy's a bit of a risk taker, his most expensive being João Felix, a Benfica wonder kid that costed him 127 million euros. But also the arrivals of Julian Alvarez, Rodrigo de Paul, Mateus Cunha, Antoine Griezmann, and the current Ballon d'Or winner Rodri. According to many reliable reports behind the scenes, Berta is not a yes man, having worked alongside the huge personality in Diego Simeone, one of the most fiery managers of world football. In the pursuit of midfielder Adrien Rabiot, he once told a French agent, "I had 2 conversations with Adrien Rabiot's mother and stopped negotiations immediately because she was explaining where her son should play." Even once going as far to enter the tunnel at halftime to complain to the referee, he was heard saying, "This referee is very bad, he won't come here again." What I see here is a man with a lot of experience, but more importantly, a stronger character. When you've got Mikel Arteta, one of the most highly rated young managers in world football, we know his brilliance on the field, but the idea of the sporting director is to be the connection, oversee the entire project, to help Mikel focus on what he does best, coaching players on the pitch. With plenty of success, having joined Atletico in 2013, then become sporting director in 2017, over his tenure Atletico won 1 Copa del Rey, 2 La Liga titles, 1 Supercopa España, 1 Europa League and 1 UEFA Super Cup. But he's also a man that's able to negotiate sales, having got 120 million euros for Antoine Griezmann at 28 years of age, alongside 80 million euros for a 23-year-old Lucas Hernandez. He was also able to recruit 52 million from João Felix going to Chelsea. And now, as Fabrizio confirms, negotiations are at an advanced stage, as Berta is given priority to Arsenal as his next destination. All parties are confident to get an agreement done this month, with details still left to be sorted. Looking more and more likely that Arsenal have found their brand new sporting director, with one of his key summer priorities being a brand new centre forward, a thing that Atletico Madrid have been known for, from all the way back Fernando Torres. Then of course Sergio Aguero. You can't forget of course the beast Diego Costa, and more recently the likes of Antoine Griezmann. Having also signed Mateus Cunha, I wonder if Arsenal then explore a target for Arsenal in January, who has a release clause going into the summer. I wonder if Berta looks at that. But of course you also have another key target in Benjamin Sesko, who according to Florian Plettenberg, has a formally fixed release clause on his contract until 2029. This clause can be activated starting this summer, currently around 70 million euros. But at the end of the season, it's expected to reach approximately 80 million euros, which will still be around 66 million pounds, more than affordable for Arsenal in what's set to be a big summer window. For a striker that has 17 goals and 34 appearances this season, only 4 behind Alexander Isak, whose price tag is reportedly double. Having seen Atletico Madrid's talent ID going forward, Berta definitely has expertise in the department, but still a man that is quite unknown. A lot of details disclosed behind the scenes. What do you guys make of Andrea Berta? And do you believe he's the right sporting director to guide Arsenal into winning some major trophies? But that is the video there and there, so if you have enjoyed, smash a like and also subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you want to follow your boy in all of his social medias, then the links are down below in the description. But that was the 5 things we learned from PSV 1, Arsenal 7. What an insane scoreline, a gargantuan performance, and something to get Arsenal fans to believe again in what has been a dismal few weeks. And of course, potentially a brand new sporting director. My friends, we will have more deals very soon, and I'll speak to you guys very soon as well. So as per, take care in a bit.